if you're watching this video right now, wherever you're watching it from, I want you to take this as a sign, because we took it as a sign, and that's why we want to talk about in this video. So if you can also relate to us, let us know under the comment section. Have you ever had a dream, or have you ever had a vision that you believe so much in, but people don't believe in it, even despite how you believe so much in it? I feel like there are a lot of dreams. We all have dreams. We all have visions that we all believe in it, and when you tell to your loved ones or to your friends, to your colleagues, or to your family, they tend not to believe in that dream. They tend to derail that dream from you and be like, oh, what do you mean? No, this is useless for now. Like, you shouldn't go for this. Like, for an instance, you are looking for a job and you went to someone like, oh my god, I'm looking for a job, I'm honest. They'll tell like, okay, I have the perfect job for you. Maybe you should get like maybe you should enroll in a teaching job, or maybe you should enroll in a medical field. And likewise, that is not your own goals, or your a career that you see yourself doing for a very long time. And when you try to tell them like, oh, I'm so sorry, I don't think I'll be fit for it, they'll start from there. You know, you need to start from somewhere. You don't need to like go beyond. Like, they are going to like I feel like the point that what is actually trying to pass across is just more of like, when we say you have a vision, you know what you wanted. Like, let's say, for example, you said you wanted to build a car. I'm putting as a scenario, and you try to tell someone that, oh, I have this vision of building a car that can fly. And instead of that person to, like to encourage you and be like, oh, so how are you going to build it? They just say, oh, you can first start building a normal car. Like make it start working on the floor. Start working on the floor. And you're like, no, the vision I have is that if the car is going to start, it should start flying. And people try to derail it on you. No. Who is going to buy it? Who is going to like it? No, nobody's going to like this. Nobody's going to like. It's not the model that is going to like work in this like in this, maybe it's like in this 2024, like is the vision, like they're going to try to like convince you and tell you like, no, that one is not going to work. You have to look at the marketing strategy part. You have to look at this social part. I wanted to know that every successful person in this life, they took one risk that no one wants them to take, or they took one risk that no one believe they could believe in it, that they could make it. It's just more of like, I know it's hard saying this on camera, because when we started our YouTube channel, I can guarantee you, apart from our mom and siblings, some people don't believe in it when we tell them we want to start a YouTube channel, but we just have a vision about it. Yeah, sometimes even that vision, at times, if you're not very, very careful, it makes you believe it's not a vision. Exactly. I feel like everything that wants to be a success will always have like a little bit of struggle. We've started our channel for like 3 years, or let's say going to 4 years now, and I can tell you that not like we've gotten what we wanted, but I can tell you that where we are yesterday was not where we are now. So it's kind of crazy, because when people ask us, oh, what are you guys doing, and you say you're a YouTuber, they kind of use this, especially when you say you are a YouTuber, when you say you are a YouTuber, and they'll be like, how many subscribers do you have? And you tell them that I have like 1K, no, let me say like, I have like 500 subscribers. They'll be like, that's not really a job. Like, they are going to try to like downgrade it for you. I'm like, no, maybe you should find a better thing to do. Like, that's not really a job. I know a lot of people are making money through social media, but they won't tell you that does not mean you're going to make money on it. And it's not as if, we all got inspired to a lot of things, maybe by what we watched or by what we see, but at times it's not because of those people that's why you wanted to do this, but you just have that thing. I feel like sometimes when people ask us about our dreams or our goals, that why do you want to do this, I can't tell you why, but I just know that we have that thing in us that is pushing us that this is the right way to do. And there are a lot of things that we've done that even when we explain to them the why, that okay, this is the reason why for our dream, they can't tell us like that why is not really tangible enough, or that why is not really like giving them, is not really convincing them enough. Like, for instance, now I went to someone, I tell them that I'm hungry, I would love to eat like let me say rice, and they'll tell me like, why do you intend to go for rice? Like, why don't you go for like spaghetti or a lobster? And you're trying to convince them like, I feel like I see myself eating this rice for a very long time, but the spag you are trying to recommend to me, I didn't see myself eating for a very long time. They'll tell you that you will fall in love with that spag. Don't worry, you have to try it. Like, you have to eat it first. Like, you tell them like, I didn't see myself eating this thing for a very long time. I feel like it all goes down to careers, goals, and things like that. There's sometimes when you tell people your goals, like, I feel like we need to understand one thing: we need to love people the way they wanted to be loved, exactly. Not just love them because of how we think they are supposed to be loved. I don't know if
how you think is okay, like you feel like they are to be loved in that way.
For example, I remember when my twin and I, before we go to university, and we are like, okay, we want to go to school, but due to some financial strain, you know, we had to go ask from help outside, like, oh, please help us because blah blah stuff. And it's so crazy how people will leave our own vision of what we wanted to go to school to go and study, and start giving their own advices of what they felt like is right for you. Like, that is so much crazy. A lot of people have derailed from their vision or derailed from their goal due to what people advise them to do, or due to what people will say, or due to what people will do. Just because someone succeed in a medical doctor does not mean I'm going to succeed in it if that is not what I wanted.
Exactly.
Just because someone succeed in making music does not mean I have to go and make music if that's not what I wanted.
Or just because I told you I wanted to be like, I wanted to be a YouTuber, and you felt like, okay, YouTuber is not like selling this now. You felt like because a lot of people have failed in that career, you felt like, me too, I'm going to fail.
No, because everyone's destiny and everyone success is very different. And just because some people have failed in those dreams that I mentioned does not mean I am going to fail in it. God all gave us vision for a reason. He gave us this thing for a reason. And I feel like we all should understand one thing, that we should put it in mind that just because they don't believe in it does not mean it is not a dream.
Exactly.
And just because they don't, just because we've seen some people pass through that path and
they
failed,
succeed,
does not mean we're going to pass through that path and failed.
Exactly.
I feel like sometimes even those people that pass through that path and fail is just because they don't believe strongly in it the way they are supposed to believe strongly in it.
And before you give people advice, whenever people come to meet you for their vision, even if you don't have the capacity to help them, encourage them, tell them that they're going to make it. It's not like when they come to meet you, you felt in you because you have seen some people failed in that field, or some people do not succeed in it, or you felt like that career does not make sense to you. Doesn't mean to the person that is telling you, does not mean it doesn't make sense to the person.
Exactly.
The vision the person has, you might not see it, and the person might see it. I've seen a lot of people that be like, I want to become a stand-up comedian. I felt like, who's gonna laugh at your joke? Your joke is lame. And actually, there will be a lot of people outside that will resonate with that kind of person joke, even if it's a lame joke.
Exactly.
Like, just because the person comes to meet you, you will not feel like, oh no, you can't do it. Your jokes are very lame. Like, no, it's better you just look for another alternative to do. Like, you try to cook like I feel like you'll be good in cooking. Maybe you should become a chef. I feel like that would be better for you. No,
what if that's not what that person sees?
Exactly.
I feel like that's why you see a lot of people drop out of school. That's why you see a lot of people end some jobs or careers, and you'll be like, oh, this is a high-paying job, because that's not what they want. I want to do a job that we love, and you want to see yourself doing it in a very long time, not a job that you do just because for doing sake, or just because for money, or just because. I feel like that's why if you look at those rich people, they do those jobs because they love it and they fall in love with it. And I feel like there's this kind of like success, I don't know, there's this kind of zeal that comes with doing a job that you want, because you will never get tired. If you wake us up in the middle of the night to start doing a YouTube channel, we would never choose our face. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to do it. Most of our videos sometimes are even mostly shoot in the midnight. And that does not mean we've slept. Sometimes we've worked from morning to night, and in that midnight again, we're still going to stand up with happy face to do it, because that is what we see ourselves doing. But I remember when we still work in some places, when you wake me up, I tend to cuss out a lot. I'm like, oh my God.
It makes me 8 Mondays. Like, I just literally ate every week. Like, I'm not even happy going to the job.
And I tend to, we tend to check the time every time. Oh, I can't wait for us to close from work. I can't wait for us to close from work. So it's more of like you struggling to do something.
For instance, like our YouTube channel now, there's a lot of times that my twin and I will shoot from morning till midnight, and we don't get tired. We don't even look at the time like, oh my God, the time has gone. There's a lot of time we have shoot from 12 a.m. till 6 a.m. in the morning, and we never got tired. Like, oh my God, it's 6 a.m. we have to go to bed. There's a lot of times that we have even go sleepless night for 2 days, you know, in editing videos. And just because we have the vision, we already see it like we are going to succeed in this, even though this the result of it is not a lot now. It's not showing now, but we are already saying like we are going to reap off of our hard work. Just because you have a vision now, some people feel like, oh, it's not showing. Maybe you said you want to start a business, and to them it felt like, oh my God, what's the progress? Since you have been doing this business for the past 2 years now, we have not seen the result. There's nothing for you to show off. You are still coming to Lagos for money, to feed, to do everything. Maybe you should just leave this job alone. Maybe it's not the right thing for you to do. Doesn't mean you should, because of their word, doesn't mean you should let it downgrade you and you felt like, oh my god, I don't think this thing is for me, in as much you believe in it, because there's a lot of times that you believe in yourself, like, oh my god, I feel like I'll succeed in this thing, and a lot of people keep on discouraging you countless of time, telling you like, this work that you're doing, you're going to fail in it, you're not going to like succeed in it. So don't let them discourage you and tell you like, no.
And to then put an example there, I remember my mom is a fashion designer. She sews mostly of our clothes, thanks to her, but she just came one day and she was like, oh, I feel like I should start selling some ceramic plates and things like that. And my sister and I were like, ceramic plates, because like, it doesn't sell that much from what we've seen. So when our mom said it, to be honest, we never believe in that vision, because we are not the one that God gave that vision. God gave it to her. So you don't expect us to have that reaction.
But we didn't like discourage her. We're just like, okay, fine. If you felt like is what you felt like is the best for you, just go ahead and try it out.
And we can tell you for a fact that that actually boosted our business even more than what she has been doing. So that made me once more realize how sometimes people, because people don't know your vision, they'll kind of like try to downgrade it or downplay it because they don't understand it. So I just hope this video pass across to someone out there that has a vision, and people have tried to like downplay it, that don't give up on that dream. Though it might be hard now, maybe for the resources that you wanted to use to start or something, I can tell you for a fact that that vision God gave you for a reason.
And like, to people that give out these advices to people, I want to tell you that love people the way they wanted to be loved, not the way you felt like it's right for you to love them. Just because someone told you that they don't love doing this kind of thing and you felt like, oh, you are lazy, oh no, you don't have senses, like I felt like this is the best thing for you to do. Or maybe someone told like, oh, I don't want to go to college, I just prefer like starting my own business, and you feel like, no, school is the best, go to school first. No, just because you're seeing a lot of people go to school, school doesn't mean you're going to succeed. School is just one of the criteria of the way you're going to get to your success. So please stop giving people advice. If they come to you, like, encourage them, support them, and even though you cannot support them with anything to make their dream comes true,
don't try to discourage them from it.
Exactly.
At times I feel like we give some support, we give some advice that are not even needed at all when we give advice to people like that. And I feel like a lot of people need to understand that we all have grace that we carry. Just because you started that business and you
failed in it,
no, you become rich, does not mean you are perfect, or does not mean you are brilliant. Just God give you that vision.
Exactly.
And that does not mean someone who passed through that your dream that doesn't make it is
lazy or is a failure.
Is a failure. That maybe that's not a person's vision. That's why I said sometimes you don't have to look at people's success or people things to judge your own success. We've seen a lot of people that opened their YouTube channel today and
they started to make it instantly.
They started having like 1 million subscribers, started having like like they started just making it on YouTube. And we see some people who started from like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and they're still struggling. That does not mean their own time is not coming. I've seen someone that started channel and she was like able to get to like 500,000 subscribers, and I've seen someone that started YouTube channel and after 5 years she was able to exist more than 10 million subscribers. So, and you can really know how that person is going to feel
when you see someone that's just started their career taking off,
and why she has been in it is still struggling. But that consistency, that believing in that dream, made them still keep doing and just put in the mind that I feel like one day the camera is gonna turn to on. It's just more of like something that my sister and I have to think about. Sometimes when we think about all our videos, the effort, the hard work, the sleepless night that we put in it, I won't lie to you, it can be very discouraging at times, because at times I don't even feel like shooting any videos because I feel like, when are we going to go viral? When are people going to appreciate our hard work?
Exactly. Like there's a lot of times that me and Beauty, whenever we have seen a lot of people that just come into the YouTube, and they started like their videos started going viral, like we'll be like, oh my god, what are we doing wrong? Like what is one thing that we are doing wrong? Because I feel like the same thing that we have to go through their channel and like watch, maybe okay, maybe we can learn one or two things from their channel, maybe we are doing something wrong, and once we go through their channel we feel like the same thing they are doing is what we are doing, but we don't let that discourage us and feel like, oh, I don't think it's for us. We felt like when is our own time to make it, we are going to make it. Just because you see someone start a YouTube channel doesn't mean you should feel like, okay, because this person is succeeding in this channel, let me to go and start doing it as well. No, you have to look for your own vision. You have to look at what you believe in and what you see yourself doing for a very long time. You believe that even if it does not start to take off immediately you start it, you believe that your hard work will surely pays off for you one day.
And so I want to also give advice to people out there, like I said, this is the sign. Do not, if you have that vision, I want you to hold on to it. Do not give up. Even though if the results are not showing now, be consistent in it, believe in it, and I can tell you that for the fact that one day all those hard works are going to pay
pay
off.
off.
You might be working now, but one day you're going to see that and start enjoying those hard work that you have put in at that time.
And remember that people are not going to support you until they know that you have already made it. So don't feel like because you are not making it now, you feel like, oh my god, a lot of people are telling me that I'm not going to make it. You have to like, I don't know, I've forgotten the English to use for this. Like, you have to show them that you believe in this dream. So it's only when you make it that they'll believe in you and be like, oh yeah, you told me that you're actually going to succeed in this. So because they didn't
You have to prove them right.
exactly, you have to prove them wrong. Like, you have to prove them wrong that, as you can see, the same vision I see the other day, you told me that I'm not going to make it. It's the same vision now that I'm making a lot of billions from it right now.
Yeah, but if you stop, that means you have to prove them right.
Exactly.
By telling them that, yeah, those dreams don't have a vision.
Exactly. So we hope this message, we hope a lot of people can relate to it outside.
It gets to the people who really needed it, who needed to hear this as a sign.